Fox host Jesse Waters is not a fan of Man's Best Friend, and apparently the feeling is mutual. Recently on his show, this is again his Fox primetime show, he went into a story about how he got bit by a dog twice.
This woman starts approaching me on the trail. She kind of bellows nervously, "Good morning." You know, like to test me, like, who is this guy approaching me in the woods? I get it. But she has this big dog with her. Now, if anything, I should be a little apprehensive. And we're in a tight part of the trail, and I noticed the dog's all wet. And she's like, "Oh, this is my dog, you know, kind of wet. You know, he just swam in the pond." And I'm thinking, this is kind of crazy. You're letting your dog swim in a pond, 37 degrees in a nature preserve? That's my first clue. Second clue, woman's kind of struggling to hold the dog on the leash. You know, it's like she's kind of like, the dog comes by, and I'm trying to back up, just give her a little room. Dog bites me. Twice. Nips my groin and takes a chunk out of my hand. I was like, ow. I said, ouch. Yeah, here it is, right there. See it? Zoom in on that. Zoom in. And I never like to show pain. I never say ouch. She goes, "Oh, are you okay?" I said, "Well, I'm not bleeding, so I guess I'm okay, but I look like an idiot." Thank God she bit me. She didn't bite someone litigious like Judge Janine. She would have been tied up in court for a year. She's like, "Oh, you know, my dog gets so excited when he sees people." Really, lady? And I could tell she was a Democrat because when I pulled into the preserve in my car, there was a Subaru Outback. Dead giveaway. Plus, she didn't recognize me.
Okay, there's so much to say about this. First off, took a chunk out of my hand. But wait, you also said that you weren't bleeding, so where's the chunks? If there's no blood, then the dog didn't take chunks, and it must have not been that hard of a bite. I'm just saying. I love how it's on the one hand he's like, "Oh, I can't. Oh, the dog bit me," and I was like, "Ouch!" But I'm such a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? I am so tough, and I never admit pain. But whoa, wow, the dog bit me twice. Look at the scars. Do you want to see the scars? Aren't they so huge? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, the other thing that jumps out is I knew she was a Democrat. What? Well, she drives a Subaru, obviously. Wait, what does her political affiliation have to do with anything that you just said? And how does driving a Subaru Outback prove that you're a Democrat? What? Oh, is it because she wasn't driving a giant lifted truck with truck nuts? Is that it? Okay. Now, look, the other thing that I want to note, too, is, your dog biting people, okay, not a good thing, right? You might want to have a little bit more control over the dog. If that's, if it's the case that she lost control of her animal, that could be a problem, not just for Jesse Waters, because I don't care about Jesse Waters, but it could be a problem for other people and other dogs, too. So there is a safety concern here. And so, yes, am I a little bit worried about that? Yes, I don't want a dog getting loose, biting a child. Not a man-child like Waters, but an actual child. And I'm hoping that that's something that didn't happen, if this story happens to even be true. If I had a dog and it randomly bit somebody, of course I would have I would feel awful about it, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, I got to make sure this doesn't happen again." Okay? Do some training or whatever. But with that serious point aside, let's get back to making fun of Jesse Waters. Okay? Look, this just reminds me of how, they say that animals can tell whether or not you're a bad person. I mean, dog bites you, maybe you're a bad person. Again, going by that logic anyway. Look, and this is a guy who, remember, talked about letting the air out of a woman's tires. It's a coworker of his, right? That he eventually married, called it courtship, let the air out of her tires so that he could go and say, "Oh, I can't believe, what, do you want to ride home?" No, you do that, you're a total creeper. And I don't know, maybe the dog can pick up on that and it was like, "Oh, hell no. Hell no." The other thing was like, where he mentioned that she was, coming up the trail and saying, "Oh, hello," because not sure about who this guy is, because apparently she didn't recognize him. And that's the other clue that she's never. She didn't know who I am. Oh, yeah, as if you're like some big shot Jesse Waters, okay? like everybody's gonna know you. But like, no, I understand. I understand. Who is this guy? But yeah, well, I'd have the same reaction just seeing Jesse Waters. like, oh, who is this guy? But no. Look, speaking of oh hell no, right? Apparently, this attack happened just 2 weeks after Waters had revealed that he had gotten rid of his own dog because it, quote unquote, didn't work out. Oh, really? It didn't work out, huh? Didn't work out. What is this, a business arrangement? The dog just wasn't bringing in enough revenue. But what can we do? Asked on the show about his pet dog, Waters said, "We ended up getting rid of the dog that we got after co-host Greg Gutfeld protested. Don't say you got rid of it." Waters replied, "Got rid of is a euphemism." For what? Gutfeld asked, to which Waters remarked, "I'm not going to go there. Didn't work out. Didn't work out." Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Ooh. Look, maybe the dog knew that you were a creepy weirdo, wanted nothing to do with you, and I don't know, maybe it's one of those like, I heard what you did to that other dog. Not going to happen here. I don't know. Ridiculous speculation, but I do know that maybe animals just, it's just not for Jesse. Maybe he's better off getting a plant, because at least maybe a plant won't bite him. Unless he gets one of those fly traps. Could you imagine that? A plant would actually bite him too. I don't know. But once again, creepy weirdo gets bit. The big question on my mind is the dog okay?